family, greetings, one love. Welcome back to my channel. I would just like to update my subscribers about the status of the coronavirus fight here in the Bahamas. Well, family, as I mentioned in a previous video, the government tried a 48-hour lockdown, which had a measure of success in terms of people staying at home. But as of yet, we have not had any extensive testing undertaken. We've had um, a minimal amount of testing, which has produced results that we have 36 confirmed cases, and I think we have about 344 people in quarantine. So I imagine that the tracing is going on as well, so it's just not as extensive as it possibly needs to be. But I don't know if in other countries you all are experiencing the same thing, but the policy of limited shopping hours has produced congestion at the stores and traffic on the streets and a lot of collusion of individuals, which is actually the opposite of what needs to take place in terms of people having to preserve the social distancing protocols. So I believe maybe in 20 or 30 years, people will look back and these will be some of the comments that university students will be making in term papers and in research papers about what went wrong in the policy regarding the coronavirus fight. Being an unprecedented conflict, I know they never had any activities that they could actually test this type of program, but I believe the judgment of the advisors needs to be called into question because um, it's really resulting in the opposite of the social distancing protocols. You have people who are heavily congested. Here in the Bahamas, we have a system of shopping based on the surname, and it's an alphabetical order. But the lines, you know, really unsafe places, outside of the store, a lot of transmission could possibly take place. So there's a lot of things we need to consider. But basically, we are about to undertake a 7-day quarantine, a 7-day curfew, which will extend from tonight until next week, Tuesday. So, family, we will all be locked down, sheltering at home for basically 7 days. Um, I'll let you know any updates during this period to let you know what's taking place. I saw an article in which a person mentioned that, some of these last minute shutdowns may actually be too little too late in terms of preempting or preventing anything. And as I heard one author put it, as I saw one author put it, it was like shutting the barn doors after the horses already escaped, because you're still allowing the unmitigated flow of people in some respects. This would have been better served around the time of the outbreak or prior to the outbreak, you know. And also, something I wanted to mention concerning the common cold and the flu, because this whole process really exposed the fact that these types of viruses should have been treated like pandemics a long time ago. We had things like the common cold and the flu that people allowed basically to run rampant, claiming thousands and millions of lives over a period of years. And millions would be alive today if they actually showed the same concern for human life during the so called flu season, because it became so popular that it actually was expected. Companies were able to profit knowing that during a certain part of the year, many people would have been infected with influenza. It was basically an unchecked and unmitigated virus that was allowed to kill many people. As we get to learn through this pandemic that the flu had been killing people for years and in great numbers. So we did not know that these things were definitely identified but not addressed. So people were left to self-medicate, spread the flu. The weak died and the strong lived. That's how it was for many years. People got the flu, some get pneumonia, die, some overcome it. But really, I think they said that the coronavirus actually causes the common cold. So these are some viruses that already had been identified, but we had failed to put in place any protocols for society, you know. But family, I just wanted to leave this short comment with the family. Everybody stay safe, observe the proper social distance, take care of your family, get your resources, and, you know, be on the safe side. You know, as my grandmother and many other grandmothers often said, 1 ounce of prevention is better than 1 pound of cure. Family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.